Yeah. I ain't do nothing.
Really?
I'm innocent.
Let's go with that. So,
Okay, whatever.
we got special guests in the building.
Yay.
Introduce yourself, love.
Hello guys, my name is Jameek Jones, representing Plainfield, New Jersey.
Ow!
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
I feel all the vibes, man.
No problem.
He came in strong. It's like, I'm with it. I'm with all of it. Y'all thought
Yes,
I was
indeed.
playing today.
Yes, indeed.
Oh my
He
god.
came to play.
I feel it. I feel the energy. It's like.
Wow, you see how Kami got mad happy because you're from Jersey?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because everybody that comes to
Who
the
in this
station
room is not from Jersey? Like, who's not from Jersey? Oh, wow. Where you from?
across the river.
New York? Okay.
He
Queens.
got Brooklyn.
Oh,
A-Town.
He got A-Town.
Jamaica.
Oh,
He got Jamaica.
you
Country.
got Jamaica.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So we got a melting pot up in here.
Mm-hmm.
So, I heard from a little person that you
I'm not
got
too
some
little.
dope music.
Yeah,
And
something.
I tend to agree.
Something like that. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm like, he said something.
Some like.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, good news. Everyone else was gonna find out how good your music is because I'm definitely looking for it.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
most definitely. And also, I don't know if you guys probably don't know. I didn't mention it to anybody, but one of the songs that I sent you guys, it's not even out yet. Yeah, so
We got this.
yeah, that's how I got an exclusive.
Bomba
Everybody, I have a bunch of friends and everybody, a bunch of supporters that's gonna tune in, like just to hear this track. Cause I've been working on this album, like I've been working on this album for about 2 years now.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's like, yeah, it's just because I've started the process, and I don't know, I just wasn't satisfied with the sound, and I've restarted this album about like 3 times, just threw tracks away. I'm sitting on so many tracks right now that I just probably won't ever release. So it's like finally I built the sound that I'm proud of. So I'm sticking with it, and yes I am. And yeah, so it's completed. The album is completed, and you guys will hear one song from the album. And I'm super excited for it.
All right. So you got all this good music and whatever.
Yeah.
But how did it all start? Like, let us know. Let us know how did it
Oh,
start.
I waited all my life so I can finally explain this. Oh, I'm so happy I got an interview so I can explain this. Okay, so the way I started writing music. Oh man, you guys are gonna make fun of me for this one. All right, so I remember when this was roughly 2005, 2006, around that time period. I remember for Christmas I got a CD player. I got a CD player for Christmas, but I ain't had no CDs. So, but at the time, my favorite movie was 8 Mile, Eminem 8 Mile.
Okay.
So it's like, my aunt had a big book of CDs. So, I told my aunt, hey, I have a CD player, but I don't have any CDs. So she went into her CD book, and then she was like, oh, so you know that movie you like, 8 Mile, right? Yeah, well, I have one of his albums, Eminem's albums. I'm like, okay, and it was the Encore album. So I listened to that whole album for about a whole year. I had no other CD but that CD for a whole year. So I was just keep listening to that one CD, and it got to the point where it's like, yo, this is real. I want to do this. This is really cool. What this guy's doing. His wordplay is crazy. His music is great. I want to do this too. So I started writing down his lyrics from that album, but I would switch it around so people wouldn't catch it. But one day, I used to brag about it around my neighborhood, oh, I can rap, nobody can touch me, and I was yeah. So I rap battled this one guy, and he was around his friends, and one of his friends was like, yo, that sound like Eminem, that sound like that Eminem joint, and I was like, oh, and then and everybody caught on into it. But it's after that, and everybody made fun of me and stuff. I'm like, yo, forget this. I'm about to start writing my own stuff. So that's how I started rapping. So thank you, Eminem. I appreciate it.
He said Eminem. Sorry.
Thank you. I'm so happy.
Listen, I mean, look at you now.
Yeah.
You listen. You write your own music. You
Mhm.
have an album. Is it an album or EP or a mixtape?
I'm calling it an album.
An album?
Yes.
Okay, it's an album. Look at this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I peeped you doing like live performances, and one of your live performances was you was in Easton at the One.
Oh yeah, I did a few shows there.
Yes.
Yeah, I opened up for a lot of good names.
The latest one, oh my gosh! Oh, I just had it on my head. I just had it.
Slick Rick.
Yes.
Slick Rick was my
Yes.
recent one. That was a really big one. And the way that I got that show, I opened up for Drew Hill, the R&B group Drew Hill.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
I took my mom got in for free. She was so happy. Oh my God, my mom! I never see my mom. My mom was really, really happy. I don't remember the last time I see my mom that happy.
I would be happy too.
Yeah, that's one of her favorite groups.
If I see Drew Hill doing a choreography,
Oh, yo, Cisco still got it. That man does not. Yo, that's exactly what
like
I did.
what?
Yo.
Okay, yes.
Yo, that man does not age. Yo, that man does not age. He did thong. He did all of that. He did all of that.
Yo, I missed that.
P.S. about that,
Yeah.
you actually took a picture with one of my closest friends.
Oh, that video.
Kiana.
Yeah,
Yes, Kiana.
Yeah, yo, she made me feel so good. I walked out the door and it took me. My mom was already at the car. It took me forever to get outside because everybody wanted to stop with me and take pictures with me and stuff. I had my little moment of fame. It felt really good. Like people came up to me and was like, "Oh, I love your message. I love your messages and all your songs. You're great. Keep doing what you're doing, and it's good. It's great."
Yeah, she was like, I was like, how you know Jameek? She was like, he performed at the Drew Hill show. I'm like, oh. She was like, well, listen, tell him he got a fan. So you do.
Oh,
so
wow.
You do have a fan.
Thank
She
you.
personally wanted me to tell you that.
And what's her name again?
Her name's Kiana.
Kiana. Thank you, Kiana. I appreciate you.
That's
and your
that.
support.
Okay, so how was like that feeling for opening up for Drew Hill?
Well, opening up for Drew Hill was that was a really special show because that was the first time that my mom saw me live.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've been performing since like the age of 10. I'm 21 now, and it's like that was the first time that my mom saw me live. So it's like I just went up there and I gave it everything I got. I'm like, yo, my mom is here. I'm performing for Drew Hill. This place is getting kind of crowded. I really have to kill it. I don't if I'm probably gonna I have some footage on my Instagram, but I was like screaming. Into the mic and everything, and I was kind of worried about that performance at the same time too because the mic was cutting in and out as I was performing.
Ooh.
That's
Listen,
I'm such a perfectionist too, so I was like aggravated, so I was letting that aggravation out as I was performing, but I guess that made the performance even more.
Don't this sound familiar?
Yeah.
Really?
Don't this sound familiar,
What
Ty?
It
What
do.
happened?
At our event on August 9th, we all had performance and everything, and we were so
At the art gallery, the one I was supposed to perform at.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry about
No,
that.
it's
perfectly
cool.
fine.
It's cool. We know stuff happens because
Yes.
there's gonna be another one.
There's gonna be part two.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
most
right.
definitely.
There's always a second one.
But we
Alright.
were very tight. We were very tight on time, and we wasn't able to do a sound check. And she was worried about other things. But I'm like, and because I was on the performance, I'm like, I need to do a sound check. I have to do a sound. And I'm just like, she's like, we can't. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was panicking. But everything went good.
Okay.
Everything went good.
He
So I was
was
like,
So
I don't know.
mics and everything.
Mike's and everything was good.
Okay,
It
that's
was
cool.
good. It was just
It
we
was-
couldn't do a sound check because the sound guy didn't get there. A bunch of drama.
Oh man.
Enough
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah, I actually used to perform there all the time. That's one of the first places I started performing at in Allentown. Me and my friend Keon, he's also going to be on the album. So
Wait, Keon.
Keon Deshawn.
He sounds so
Yo,
familiar.
he's one of the dopest artists I've ever met in my whole life. He's really good.
Wait, hold on.
no,
Now I gotta
he
find
doesn't have a twin
receipts.
brother.
Where's our brother?
Well,
Nah,
no,
he do
actually
got a
has
brother, though.
Yeah, he has
Yeah,
a
he
brother.
do got a
but
brother.
I never met him in person. But yeah, we used to perform there all the time at that place, and we ran into so many problems with that place. But they're cool though, they're cool people, but just ran into some situations.
Outgrown.
Yeah,
Listen, you gotta, in order to grow, you have to outgrow things.
yes.
So.
That's actually how I started getting performances at One Center Square. It's because of the art gallery. So shout out to the art gallery in Allentown.
Shout out to the art gallery.
Yes.
I love Keon.
Yo, that is my dude.
Oh my god.
Keon is my guy.
Keon.
Keon's my guy.
I don't know who that is.
He went to DeSales with my best friend.
Yes, he went to DeSales, yeah.
And that's how I met him. Oh, okay. Oh, small world, man.
So what I'm
Yeah.
getting is
Small
gonna be a
world.
lot of dope stuff on this album.
Oh yeah.
I'm ready. Listen.
I'm ready.
No,
for this album.
he snapped like he sent me over like a sample like of his verse, and oh man, just everything that he touches is just gold. Everything. That man has like the Midas touch.
LOL, funny thing, I just thought of this. When you dropped your song, Can I Go Outside? Can I Go Outside?
Outside.
When you dropped that, I was at the bus stop, I was like, okay!
Yo.
And then this is
I
like
appreciate
before like I knew Ty, but like this is before like we became super duper close. We was in, oh my gosh, what class was it? What class did we first meet in?
Script writing.
No, it wasn't after script writing.
Journalism and society.
Yes, journalism and society. She sat next to me, and like I'm like, yo, you gotta listen to this. You gotta listen to this. I was like, you have to listen to this. She's like,
heard
oh my
it?
gosh.
Yeah.
You like it?
I liked it, but I didn't know who you were at the time.
Yeah,
she
I
didn't
just
know.
Like,
Yeah,
it
that
was
it sounded
so
good.
Listen,
strong.
none of
Yeah.
this was in process. Like the whole radio
This was not a
thing,
thing.
like
Yeah.
I only talked to her in that one class, and that's it. And then we found out we had the same intent.
I actually wrote and recorded that song in like 15 minutes.
What?
Yeah.
See, that's wild because I
As
do
you
remember
should.
the song, and that's very well
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah. Like
it was,
that-
it
that
was
was-
a vibe.
Yeah, that was like the quickest process. It was just one of those things. Like it just came to me. I heard the beat and I was like, oh, I gotta write to this. So I started writing. I just did not stop. And then I went over it again after I wrote it, and then I don't know. Then I just recorded it and I just laid it down one take.
Literally,
Yeah.
after listening to that one song, I was like, now I gotta listen to more because this boy got me like, what's up?
Yeah. And like, but like with this album though, I kind of like started tapping into different sounds. I mean, I'm really into like that '90s feel. I just love that '90s feel, that like
That's what it
nostalgia
was.
feel. Cause I don't know, when I listen to these beats, like it just takes me back to like when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like just growing up in the projects and stuff like that. And I mean, it was a struggle, but you know, I believe that there's beauty in the struggle. So it like took me back to when like, I don't know, my family, we all used to struggle, but like we were all together. Like the togetherness was always there. So it's like, I don't know, it just brings me back into that time where you just didn't have to worry about nothing, when everything was just free. You was just a kid or teenager, just having friends and just having fun. That's why this album is called Those Summers, because it's like, I'm just thinking back to that time where I felt more free, and I felt like, I don't know, like I could express myself more back then, which is like now I'm like grown and I'm like hanging with like all these like 20-year-olds and
You're
they,
adulting.
yeah, like an adult. You know how adults are like, yo, you need to start acting like an adult. You need to start thinking like this.
You need to start paying your bills on time.
Yeah, you need to start paying your bills on time and all
like,
that stuff. But I love just going back to that time when I didn't have to worry about none of that. And these sounds like takes me back to that time period. So Those Summers, you know, that's the name of the
I'm
album.
ready for it.
So could you like tell me what was like your mindset during this album? Like what was like your inspiration to creating this?
Actually, my
I love his movement. Can we just like
Yeah.
no one
He
can
had
really
to-
see it. But like his setup before he's about to drop gems is
because
like,
He's like,
I'm-
you gotta sit correctly in the chair.
because like I've been holding all this stuff in, and finally I have an interview where I can express
stop
myself.
playing, because you know we don't have all that time, but I'm about to schedule you for like a full
We need a part
Word.
two. A
Word.
part two.
Word. Word. Facts. Okay, so what really inspired me the most to start this project is when my last project is called Bloom and Flower from Concrete, which is like, I think, I still think it's like a dope project. It's a mixtape.
The name of that.
Oh,
It's dope.
It's because like
Blue
when you was like saying struggle, I was thinking about like when you was like there's beauty in the struggle.
Yeah.
I thought
Blue and
about
Flower from
literally a
Concrete.
flower coming
Yeah.
out of concrete. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
dope.
Yeah, so like Bloom and Flower from Concrete, that was my last project. And I was so excited, and when I heard it, I heard the full thing after I was done, everything was completed, features was done. I cleaned up all the tracks, and I listened to it, and I thought to myself, and I'm like, man, this is like my best. This is like my best work, and I felt really proud of it. So I dropped it on DatPiff. It's actually still on DatPiff. I dropped it on datpiff.com, and that's like a rap mixtape website. Yeah, like underground type thing. So I uploaded it on there, and I let it just sit there for about like a week. Then I went back onto the website and I looked at the comments, and somebody said in the comments like, oh, like this is not good, or blah blah blah, like, and I'm just like, and I mean it kind of hurt, like, and I be walking around and like, and you know, people say like, oh, I don't care about what other people think, which is like we do. I mean to a certain point you have to care, you know what I mean? So it kind of hurt, and it kind of made me mad, and just honestly just that one comment made me mad, because this guy wrote like a long paragraph about like how he had the
he was trolling. Huh?
Yeah, I guess he was trolling, but it got to me though. But this was like a few years ago, so I mean, like mentally I was in a whole completely different place a few years ago. But like but you know, now I'm like, and I thought back to that when I started working on this project, and I'm like, man, you know what? I'm about to just make a whole album, and I want to take my time, and I'm about to just make like the dopest music possible. So that's what kind of really got that started. That one random guy on DatPiff is the reason why I started this album.
Well, shout out to that
That's
one
just-
random
Shout out
guy.
to that one random
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, shout out to
Here
him.
we are.
Yeah, here we are.
So, before we introduce your two songs,
Yeah.
that not everyone else has heard, but I have.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know what I'm about to
Let's be
Yeah.
clear. I heard one of them. I ain't hear the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
one.
he
I'm
heard the
just
other one. The
saying.
other one is actually out. It's out already.
It's out.
I heard it on SoundCloud.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
it's
SoundCloud is life.
Yeah.
It
So,
is.
what's your end game? Like, what you hope will happen from all of this?
Well, I guess the typical answer right now would probably be, oh, I just want to get famous. But I'm really not into the whole getting famous type thing. I just want people to just enjoy my music. And I'm not really that focused on being great neither. I don't want to be the greatest. If people listen to my music and they consider me the greatest, then that's fine. That's okay. But I just want people to just listen to my music, learn from my music, grow from my music, and that's it. Just hear my music and just feel good. I'm just really into helping people, and that's why in a lot of these songs I share my experiences, because there's somebody out there in the world that's going through what I went through before, all those dark places and stuff like that, dealing with their demons, and I'm just making this music be like, hey, like, you know what I mean, like, you're not alone, like, I've been in that place before, and look where I am now, you know what I mean, so if I can do it, you can do it, I'm like no better than anybody else, so that's like the whole, and I feel like that's my place in music right now, and I feel like that's what I'm gonna say.
That was deep.
When you drop that album, like, come back to us.
Oh yeah.
Come back.
Definitely.
When does your album drop?
Yes.
I don't have a due date. I don't want to have a due date.
Wow,
It's
the
gonna just
mystery.
drop.
So you want to pull a Beyonce on us?
Yeah.
He's gonna message us like, I dropped it. So
Yeah,
like-
it's coming. It's coming.
I'm gonna be mid-sleep like.
what do you mean?
Oh.
You dropped
Yeah,
it?
I'm performing at Arts Fest this year too. So
Ooh, we're gonna
Go
be
with
there.
it.
yeah, on that Saturday.
Oh, now I gotta make sure.
Yeah, 2:15.
Oh, no, she
2:15. I hit the stage for a whole hour. I'll be performing.
Ew.
Yeah, that's gonna be the longest performance.
I'm gonna be up there like.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! But thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. I
Okay,
really
one
appreciate it.
last thing.
Uh-huh.
Where can people find you and your music?
All right, well, you can find me on Instagram. Everything is just my first name and last name. And my first,
Real
just
simple.
everything. Yeah, just make it simple. Making people easy to find.
I
Most
like
people
it.
have all these underscores and numbers, all that stuff. No, this is Jameek Jones, Jameek, last name Jones, and that's on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff, SoundCloud, all that stuff. So you can just find me anywhere.
I just want to say I think your music is really dope,
Thank
and
you.
I haven't met you until today.
Mhm.
I
So,
love it.
keep doing what you're doing
Thank
because
you.
your music is dope. And although no one else has heard this one song, I'm
Mhm.
telling you,
Oh my god!
this
Yeah.
song is dope.
Oh
like,
yes.
And both of them are dope, so I don't even know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So
Okay, play the new one.
Yeah.
Play the new one first.
Which one's the new one? So, how about you introduce both your songs? How about we do that?
Well, here's two of my songs from my new album, Those Summers. One song is called Will You Take Care of My Dying Soul, that's out now. And there's one exclusive joint on there, and it's called Sincerely Your Son, also from the album. So enjoy.
Let's hear it.
Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the one that's out now, and then for our last song of the night,
It's the exclusive joint.
will be a bang.
Yeah.
So this was fun, guys. Definitely come back for round 2.
Oh,
But
most
in
definitely.
the meantime, we're gonna listen to your music. So see you later, guys.
Bye, guys. Woo. Oh, my God. I told, because this is the song. Will you take care
Yeah,
of my
man,
soul?
Now, girl, I know I'm out of control. And my self-esteem is at the lowest of the low. Every day I try my hardest to not let it show. And the fact that people don't love me, but I feel like I got a bounty on me. Cause how these demons pursuing me. Looking in the mirror like, what am I gonna do with me? Some days I be feeling like I'm through with me. And then I'm thinking you and me. Will you take care of my dying soul?
Alright, so the mic's on.
Yeah, my song.
Okay, cool. So with this track, I don't know.